Well, here we are. We're pretty much opposite the old gate at Bratton pub, and we're at what we believe to be, anyway, the start of the Silkin Way. We're not 100% sure because we've never walked it from start to finish before, but we're hoping this is it. I'm here with my good friend Paul. Say hello, Paul.
Hello, Paul.
Hello, Paul. This is Paul Martin, a friend of mine for the last 50 years. And we're going to see where it takes us. So
it's half a century.
It is. So more later. Well, this wheel basically looks like it marks the start of the Silkin Way. We've only walked about 25 yards. There's a plaque here that tells us that the Right Honourable James Callaghan, the Prime Minister at the time, opened the Silkin Way on the 1st of April 1977, Jubilee year. The Silkin Way basically commemorates Lewis Silkin, who was a member of Parliament who was basically put in charge of green spaces and new towns, hence the name the Silkin Way. Could you give us a quick situation report, Paul, of how we're doing so far?
Yeah, do you want to tell you how far we've gone, John? I don't think I set the thing actually.
Yeah, that's very good then.
Yeah. Trip computed. We've done 17 miles.
Okay, and what in real terms, what would you say?
I reckon we've done about two and a half.
2.5 miles. So we've come through Bratton.
Yeah, come through Bratton, Dot Hill. Where else we've been? Past the Charlton School.
And we're now currently at the back of Telford Hospital.
Telford Hospital, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this must have been a mill at some point in the past. It looks like one. And this is in the heart of Legomery. Is this in Legomery, Paul?
Legomery, yeah.
Yeah, we're in the heart of Legomery, and there's a house with a water mill on the side. Very good. Well, we're now standing by the side of Hadley Park Lock. This whole Silkin Way walk is based on old canal beds, which were later to become railway line beds. And this would have been part of the old Shrewsbury Canal. A lot of areas around where we are now had factories and works where they all had their own little stretches of canals. And the Shropshire Canal came along late 1700s, early 1800s to join these stretches of canal together. And this particular bit that we're at now, Hadley Park Lock, this would have been on the Shrewsbury Canal side, which came to join the Shropshire Canal. The boats that were used, and you can see now we're looking down into the lock itself, the boats that were used on these canals were only 6 feet wide, and you can see how narrow this lock is at 6 feet 7 inches. Which would just have room for one 20-foot long boat inside. This is Turnip Lock, which is just a few yards further on from Hadley Park Lock. Well, I really can't get over just how narrow these canal sides are.
Well, that is it,
yeah. And of course, one of the big problems when the Shrewsbury Canal came along to join up with the Shropshire Canal, the boats on those were all standard sized boats, narrow boats. So all the goods had to be transferred off them onto these little tugboats that are used on these canals. So a lot of work.
So 6 foot wide, so 3.5 inches of clearance aside.
Yeah, 6 foot. The boats themselves are 20 foot long and 6 foot wide. And apparently this lock would hold 4 tugboats in a line. Right, well we've now got to Trench Lock roundabout, where, as the name suggests, there did indeed used to be a lock on the Trench Canal. And originally, when the roundabout was built around 1976, the original intention was to leave the lock intact at the middle of the roundabout The engineers were unable to do so in the end, otherwise the lock would have been in the middle of the roundabout here. Well, this is Trench Pool. Yeah, we're at Trench Pool now, which was originally a reservoir for the canal. In the background there we can see across to the housing estates of Trench, Teague's Crescent, which itself was named after a bridge, Teague's Bridge, that went over the canal, that's now at the Blisshill Museum. Well, we can just see the middle pool peeping through the foliage here, and we've decided it was time for a stop and a quick coffee. Thoughts so far, Paul?
Very good, yeah. Feet are aching.
Enjoying it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
I don't know what you think, but it's been a bit of a meandering route so far up to this point. We don't seem to have gone very far, yet it's taken us quite a few hours really to get to this point.
It's all been flat really, and now we start the ascent.
Oh good.
Up towards Prisley.
Oh good. There was me thinking we'd done the hard miles and you're telling me it's still to come.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Got some gradients coming up.
Excellent news. Well, we've now travelled up from Trench through Open Gate, Rocketing Wood, Cannongate, and we're now at quite a high point. I would say this is one of the highest points of the journey along the Silkin Way. We're just looking down in towards Open Gate town, where we have no idea what any of the buildings are. But as you can see, we've come up this steady incline and we've still got a little bit more. It actually gets a lot steeper yet, so it's all good fun. We made an executive decision to actually venture off the route of the Silkin Way a bit now. So we've just come from over there, which is on the Silkin Way, and we should be turning down there.
That's the traffic island, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, that would have been the old bridge when it was Hollins Wood. Yeah, you did, yeah. Fair play to you. And we reckon that this bridge would have originally been the bridge at Dark Lane that went over the railway line as it passed on its way to Wolverhampton and all points beyond. I don't know whether you can see it because the light's a bit dodgy on it, but yeah, we're thinking this would have been Dark Lane. Nice to see the old bridge still intact there. Well, Paul, we've arrived at the Telford town centre, which is roughly halfway along the Silkin Way.
It certainly is.
And as we're running out of daylight, we're going to call it at this point and regroup and have a go at the second part on another day, which we'll also make a record of. I think we've definitely done the hard half.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Good ascent from Open Gates.
Yeah, plenty of ascent. But I think the second half will be easier. So we're going to end this little bit of the video now, and we look forward to bringing you part 2 of the Silkin Way.
Bye.
Bye.